Let's talk a little bit about why your lead generation isn't working as a real estate agent. One of the most frustrating things in the world is being an agent, trying to buy leads, getting leads from all these other sources, and ultimately thinking the leads are no good. Getting ghosted by them, they start to reply and then they just disappear. It's a big problem for a lot of agents, and we're going to talk about it today. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business. And lead generation is a big problem for a lot of agents. The fact is, you're not spending most of your time working with clients. You're spending most of your time looking for clients. We're out there looking for jobs, looking for clients to work for, rather than actually out there in the trenches, showing homes, listing homes, doing all of the things that we need to do. Now, the big problem is lead generation isn't working well for you. You can buy leads, you can get referrals, you can have the broker is sending you some stuff. You've signed up with Zillow and Realtor.com and Commissions Inc. and all these other companies, and they charge thousands and thousands of dollars. Really, what they're giving you, I wouldn't call it a lead. I would call it swiped contact information that unknowingly to the prospect was sold to various realtors, lenders, investors, that type of thing. So they're getting these cold calls and they're like, how did you get my information? Where did you get my info from? And then you start asking silly questions like, do you have someone to represent you? And then when they don't want what you're offering, because by the way, that offer sucks. Let's be really clear about that. If that's what you're offering, I'll represent your best interest. Oh, you don't have to run a search. I can run a search for you. I have a magic computer that will run the exact same search that you can. That's not a very good offer. So I always point out to agents, you can get yourself a lot of closings. And starting today, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to start attracting a lot more business and converting them into prospects. But as you know, lead generation is much like fishing. You know, I was using an analogy the other day on one of the training calls we were on. A lot of our inner circle coaching members on a call together. And I was using the analogy of fishing. It's pretty easy. When you go fishing, anybody can catch a bluegill. It's real easy to do. As a matter of fact, if you're 4 years old and someone helps you to reel in the fishing pole, you can actually catch a bluegill. You can catch a whole bunch of them. But what if you don't know what to do with them after you catch them? Let's say you're hungry, you haven't eaten in days, you taught a man to fish, you can actually teach them to catch the fish. What do you do with it now? For an awful lot of people, they don't know what to do and they're really just throwing it back. Look at your lead generation. Are you good at catching fish, maybe having them on the hook, and then you throw them back and they end up buying somewhere else. They end up going with someone else. Another fisherman is really good at knowing how to make that prosperous, make it profitable for them. So it doesn't do you any good to know how to fish if you don't know what to do with them after you catch them, once you get them in the boat. If I give you 100 leads today, what's your offer? How are you keeping them on the hook? What makes them lean into you a little more? If you're asking silly questions like, do you have an agent to represent you? Or I'm always available. You can reach me at any time. I'll negotiate in your best interest. Have you noticed that nobody wants that in your entire career? That has never worked. Maybe we should stop offering that. Maybe you should have a better conversion mechanism. One thing we were talking about on that coaching call was, what does it look like when you give your presentation? Now, what do we mean by that? Old school realtor. We're thinking, we got to meet them. If they're serious, they're going to meet me. I got to meet them in the office first before I can go meet them at a house. We got all this stuff going on in our head. Let me ask you something. What makes you think you need to meet someone to give them a presentation? No, that doesn't mean they're serious at all. No, that doesn't mean they're motivated. Oh, side note, I'm giving you a presentation right now. I'm never going to see you face to face. I'm giving you a presentation right now. So think about this. If you get a lead that comes in, what is in the folder? You would have a fancy folder, but what's in the folder that you're sending them? All of the details of what you do, the benefits of utilizing you, the things they can get from your services that they cannot get from any other agent, from doing it themselves, from calling the listing agent, from using their brother who's a licensed realtor and also a hairdresser. Why should they use you? Better question. As soon as this is mailed to them, because you're going to mail them a physical package that has all the details, and again, I've just grabbed this folder. I would use a real folder, a fancier one. But on the front of that folder, does it have a QR code that says, stop, before you do anything else, scan this QR code for a quick video from Greg? In this case, from you. There's your presentation. What are you saying? You got them. They're in a presentation with you. What are you saying now? Send them the presentation. I can't tell you how many, well, I don't know. How do I get their address? All I have is their phone number. You use Forewarn, just like every realtor in America does. You get a lead. I don't care if it's Zillow, Realtor.com, whatever. You use Forewarn. You use whitepages.com. You use anything that you can use, truepeoplesearch.com. You can use anything you want. Type in the phone number. There's the address. You look up on County Auditor. You see that they own the house. Boom, I know what to send them. I grab my folder. I shoot a separate video, a very simple video, that I can then have the QR code on the front of that says stop, or even on the cover sheet when they open it up. Stop. Before you do anything else, scan this QR code for a very important message from Greg. It's so simple to do that. Now, what you do is you say, go through the information you see in this folder here, and I've actually created, since you're interested in new construction homes, I've created a video series that I think you'll really enjoy. If you go to YouTube here, you can watch this video series. Hey, I see you're interested in moving up to a larger home. I've actually created a little video, a 2-part video series here that I think you'll find helpful. Go to my YouTube page, you'll find that here. Listen, when it comes to education as a real estate agent, your job is to educate the consumer. It's not to call them and ask them if they want to work with you. And if they don't want to work with you, you say they're not motivated or they're not serious. They just don't want the shit that you're offering. That's the real problem. So when I say create content, as an example, as I'm making this training video for you, I'm creating content. What I'm doing is I'm educating you. I'm teaching you. I'm showing you why you should lean in to learn a little bit from somebody that knows what the heck they're doing here. Well, that's what you want to do with buyers and sellers as well. When it comes to content, you're either a creator or a consumer. If you sit around all day and you're scrolling on YouTube, you're scrolling on TikTok, you're looking at Facebook posts, you're a consumer of content. The people that are making money are the creators of content. If I create a folder, if I have a QR code, if I send them to an intro video, if I tell them they can watch this 9-part series or 2-part series or this one video that I put together about luxury homes or about downsizing because you're a baby boomer or whatever that may be that would be of interest to them, I can give them the presentation so they want to meet with me. Stop trying to get them to meet with you so you can give them a presentation. Why? What if I sent you information right now and I said, hey, if you come see me, I'll tell you how you can convert your leads. No, I'll tell you how you can convert your leads, then you'll want to come see me. Does that make sense? Why wouldn't you change your approach when it comes to lead generation and lead conversion? If your goal is call them, email them, call them, text them, send them another mailer, text them again, call them again, and all of this time what you're trying to do is meet them, why do you want to meet them? Well, so I can give them a presentation. I got an idea. Give them a damn presentation. Then they'll want to meet you. They'll actually see why it's a benefit to work with you. They'll see why you're different than everybody else. All the stuff going on in their head, all the objections, all the reasons they can't meet with you. My cousin's a realtor. We'll probably use our last guy that sold us the house. We're not in a big hurry right now. All of that stuff goes away. Send them the presentation. They'll then want to meet with you. You got to have an iPhone to do it. Or in my case, an Android. It works just as well. YouTube is free. Oh, I don't understand. It's technology. Do you know how to take a picture? Switch over to video and you load it on YouTube for free. Stop it. Stop the I'm 78 years old and I don't understand technology. What technology? If you can watch a YouTube video, you can load a YouTube video. You just hit load. It's very simple to do, but you'll bullshit yourself into thinking you need to keep doing it the old way. You know what your other option is? Get all those old leads that you've never converted and then wait 6 months and then call them all again and try and convert them again. You'll get the same results because they don't want the offer that you have, but you'll hear that about 15-20% of them will say, oh, we already bought a home. Actually, we just closed on our home last month. Oh, we moved into our home 2 months ago. You will see how much money you've missed out on. And frankly, you've seen that over the years anyway. You've seen that happen to you because you're not doing a good job at conversion. The goal is not to call them. As you've heard me say a million times before, the phone is the least effective conversion device. It's the least effective communication device. Like, I've got you right now. I can tell you what I want to tell you. I don't need you to meet me. I don't need you to sign up for a webinar. I don't need you to, I can meet you at a Starbucks whenever it's convenient for you. I'll meet you at the first house. I don't need that. I got you right now. Here's the presentation. That's a much better move for you. So if you're getting leads, no matter where you're getting them, whatever source you're getting them from, Zillow, Realtor.com, Commissions Inc., any of the stuff from your realtor, stuff that they've signed up for, area exclusive, zip code exclusive, all the crap that makes you pay more money, what are you doing with them after you get them? If you've got their phone number or if you've got their email, there's an awful lot of stuff you can do to give them the presentation. And I will guarantee you, if you've got a pack of 100 leads, if you call and email and mail and do everything else and try, how many do you think you will actually meet with? Not set up an appointment, because some of them are going to cancel. How many of 100 do you think you can get on the phone, figure the number in your head, that will have a conversation with you, figure the number in your head, that will then agree to meet with you, figure the number in your head, then actually answer the door when you go there and you knock? They haven't canceled on you. How many is it out of 100? Maybe 2. Be honest with yourself. Because we already went with, out of 100, I'd be real lucky if I got 35 or 40 on the phone. Out of the 35 or 40, I'd be real lucky if I got 15 or 20 to even have a conversation with me. So we know what those numbers are. How well do you think you'd do if you just sent your presentation to 100 people and all 100 were able to scan it, click it, read it, get a long tail follow-up, go to a video series, go to an email sequence if you have to, a text sequence, have 3 text messages that go to them every other day for 6 days. Like, it'd be so simple to do more than you're doing right now from a conversion perspective. But what you want to do is meet them. I got to talk on the phone and I got to meet. You know, the only 2 things that no prospect wants to do if there's a salesperson involved, I don't care if they're buying a car, if they're buying a house, if they're looking at boats, if they're thinking about getting a landscaping package, I don't care if it's meeting financial advisors or getting insurance for their family. The 2 things they don't want to do is talk to somebody on the phone and meet them face to face. They want to get all the other information otherwise. If you get them on the phone, they'll say, can you email me something? If you are meeting them face to face, they'll say, I'm not interested. They're literally interested. They came to a home show. They're interested in home information. They just don't want to talk to you. The 2 ways they don't want to communicate with you is phone and face to face. So I know that if I can get past that hurdle by giving them the presentation first, they'll know a little bit about me. They'll know my personality. They'll know I'm actually there to help. They'll actually then want to meet, because they see value in what we're doing, not that they have to jump through this hoop and deal with a stupid commission salesperson in order to get the information they want. That will allow them to procrastinate. We're not doing that. We're giving them the presentation first. Do you think this would make a big difference for you and your business? That's the type of coaching you need. Not some idiot that's never sold real estate before, or worse, his dad sold real estate in the 80s, so he thinks he knows what he's doing, and he's telling you need to have a mirror there because people can tell if you're smiling when you're talking on the phone and you're not making any money. And they keep telling you to be miserable, to be humiliated, to keep begging for business in lieu of actually giving presentations to motivated prospects. That's what you need to be doing. You need to learn from someone that can actually get you doing what you're supposed to do. If you go to gregspriorityList.com, you'll be able to see some of the trainings and free trainings that I have coming up, webinars, trainings, that type of stuff, that'll really help you in growing your business. I don't need to sell you anything. I can give you stuff on our morning meetings here. If you're following the page and you turn on notifications and that type of thing, you should do that here on YouTube. That too is free. You can actually start growing your business. Then you're not going to have to think everybody's out to sell you something or anybody wants money from you. They can't get blood out of a turnip. How about if I get you making a whole bunch of money so you got a bunch of money that I can get some? That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Sign up, grab the free stuff, look down in the video description here. There's all kinds of stuff that'll help you in growing your business. Fix you first. You don't have a problem with expenses. You have a problem with income. Nothing costs too much money for you. Nothing costs too much for your business if you get your business working the right way. Check it out below. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.